I didn't know Texas.
Right.
Like, so.
It was very funny when you started going back to Texas and you would come back, like, giving us an expedition report.
And I'm like, why? I used to feel like such an idiot. I'm like, what am I even explaining to them? They know it better than
Well, my
anybody
favorite thing was you actually pointed this out to me because I didn't realize that you're like great Brooks Brothers outlets.
Right.
You made me realize that Texas is just shopping outlets.
Fucking shopping outlets.
Yes.
And coming from LA, I'm like, jeez, it's perfectly set up. You live in air conditioning, and then in the day you go to a mall.
They turned the Galleria into one big state.
And so I enjoyed it because I was like, it's clean. I never feel like uncomfortable, like in terms of my safety.
I remember you saying like the Chipotles in Texas are fantastic.
Everything is so high quality, and I'm like, from LA, I'm like, you go to a Chipotle out here, I'm like, God knows what I'm gonna get. I'm getting the B team. These people, somebody's giving birth back there. Like, it stinks. These people are all banging each other. It's just a bunch of fucking urban assholes. And then you go to Texas, you're like, wow, this is like life. Like, there's so many chains everywhere, and they're all really high quality chains.
We take our fast food seriously in Texas. We have chains you've never even heard of. P. Terry's, magnificent burgers.
My wallet is from the Texas State Fair from like 9 years ago.
Really?
Yeah,
that's funny.
But I remember being at the Texas State Fair, and around like 10, 11.
At night,
it seemed like they let a new neighborhood into the Texas State Fair, and it turned into like,
all right, after 9 p.m. if your girlfriend's underage, she can come in.
It was like,
okay,
it turned buck wild
yes.
after a certain time, and it was like, oh boy, like there was gang fights. It was crazy.
No, literally like Mexican teenagers descend like locusts.
I remember genuinely wading through like a battle with Ida. Like, it was like if I lost track of if I was holding her hand, and if I lost her hand, I was like, "You're dead."
I never see you again.
I was like, "You're being raped by a gang, and it's over."
You look too much like a chola to make it out of here.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was intense, but I had a good time.
Yeah, that's biblical, man. Those guys, they're like, they just come in. The country bumpkins throwing haymakers. You got wiggers. You got everybody in.
But
the
there's
mix.
something like oddly endearing and charming about that the Texas life, because they feel, everyone there genuinely has this attitude that nothing else exists.
Yes, but it's beautiful.
But Texas,
you know what?
We even have great people. We have great minorities in Texas. Really great minorities.
They're awesome, and they're fucking. They're in line. They're like, I'm a Texan.
Yeah.
They're like, they are committed. They are committed to being like, the Texas is the only place that matters. There's nothing better than Texas. It's all bigger in Texas. And then my chopping board it looks like Texas, and then my belt looks like Texas, and I love the Astros, and I love Texas.
My bullet holes look like Texas.
And then my bullets look like Texas, and I throw stars that look like Texas at vampires.
I never really like. The Texas thing was always weird to me because, like, as a kid, I was obsessed with bugs, and there's also turtle races in Clarendon, Texas, up in the Panhandle now.
Yeah, we did turtle races. We raced turtles.
We'd race turtles
for money.
You'd paint a turtle. You'd put whatever you wanted.
You had to catch a turtle. You had to catch it.
You'd write the 14 words on the shell of a turtle, and then you'd send them off into the middle. And you put a Hitler mustache on your turtle
to make get. Yeah, you'd have a Jewish turtle and it'd be chasing it. Yeah.
Put a little Klan hood on a turtle.
Can't see. It's all confused.
And whatever turtle got to the main square first, I guess you would win.
It was a big. They did it.
Would you win all the turtles?
They did it.
No,
you got to kill the town black guy that year.
No, you get to go through with a hammer and kill all the turtles. They go, here's the celebratory hammer.
You get to kill and eat all the turtles you want, son. Congrats. It's like Shirley Jackson's The Lottery. Yeah. No, you would go to the center of town, and it was the turtle race day, and there was you'd paint, Hail Hitler on your turtle and write your name, and they put all the turtles in a big box in the center of this big circle that was drawn on the ground, and they would lift the box up.
That's not how I remember it. I remember everybody starting out a line and then letting it go.
No, they were all racing towards the line. It's that they would have it in the center, and then they would lift the box up, and then all the turtles would start just walking, and whichever turtle hit the line, it was a big circle, whichever turtle hit the line first, And so you'd see grown men, like a turtle that wasn't theirs, would be getting close to the line. They'd be like, "Get out of here, you in! Get the fuck out of here, you dirty piece of shit!"
Hate criming turtle.
Yeah, curb stomping the turtle. "Fucking piece of shit!" And they'd yell at him. The turtle would be like, "God, fuck, Christ!" And it would turn away, and then there'd be another turtle. It'd be like, "Fucking piece of shit! Fucking dirty N-word turtle! Get the fuck out of here!" And then eventually a turtle would make it across the front, and they'd be like, "God fucking damn it! I'm gonna go smoke meth and hit my children." And then that turtle, I think, won like whichever kid owned it, like won like $1,000 their parents would steal and sell and buy meth with it. But it was a big thing, and people would dress up like turtles.
Yeah, and then people also in Clarendon would ride around on horses. So it was brick lined streets, and it wouldn't be uncommon to see somebody on their horse. And they were very proud of their horse. I just love bugs and frogs and turtles. A horse did nothing from me from a very early age.
I fucking hated horses.
And I always thought the cowboy hat was retarded.
The cowboy
Even
hat
when I was
was-
like 2, I remember being like, "That's retarded."
A horse
It's
bit
dumb
my
as shit.
hand one time. It hurt like shit. You would always go to the fair to get like, fat kid. You just like pick up the candy from the parade. And then there'd be 40 horses just
People on horses, prized horses.
But the horses,
walking
like,
down the street.
in your head, they're like nice, but they were just shitting fucking metric tons of shit.
And that's why I never respected them. So much shit comes out of their ass constantly.
onto sizzling hot brick road from the 1940s.
And it smells like shit.
So
Yeah.
you'd see a giant fucking bread loaf sized turd fall out of a horse's ass and like hit the ground and just like sizzle.
Sizzle,
And the
yeah.
cowboy
Steam
just
was-
looks at you and he goes, "That's right.
That's right.
More where that came from, faggot."
Yeah. I run a
Lick
fentanyl
it
farm.
up, homo.
If you don't lick it up,
You're like 9.
Yeah.
You're 9 years
if
old.
you don't lick it up, my horse is gonna brain your skull in with his back
Lick
foot.
it up, homo.
Bring me that turd. I'm gonna eat it like a big apple.
I always hated the smell of manure. But
It
these
sucked.
people are around manure all day. They don't even smell the shit, because these are like cattlemen and stuff. So
Yeah, they're immune to the shit smell.
they walk on shit.
It would be
Stirrups are for, I think, just like cutting the turd. Because you can just do that and cut it like a pizza.
Yeah, like a lightsaber, just
It's a pizza slicer.
and then
Yeah,
falls
right?
off. But yeah, it would be every parade. I love the parade as a kid because you get so much candy. But
Yeah, me
it
too.
was the 40 horses,
Turtles, candy, horses.
3
yeah.
old racist guys in the Kiwanis Club's cars riding around.
Yeah, and they would be like an SS officer, like
Yeah, the last surviving member of the Luftwaffe Air Force. And he'd be like riding through on a tiny little car. Hey, Hitler! Yeah.
oh, we're chanting like the Orakai in the 2 towers.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah. Looks like
the white
yeah.
hand of Sauron.
Looks like Jay's back on the menu, boys.
Oh shit! Oh.
Yeah, doing the white version of the haka, where we're just saying it in a weird voice. In. But it'd be the Kiwanis Club guys doing the Hail Hitler.
Do you remember black people at the parade?
No.
So mom told me in Clarendon, this was because she was
Yeah.
trying to defend dad, saying black people moved to Littlefield and all the whites left.
Sure.
She said, she goes, Dad's thinking of Clarendon because it was segregated. She says, you wouldn't go across the train tracks because that's where all the black people were. And she said it was really bad, is what she said.
Yeah.
What I'm confused about is that's all of Dad's players, though, because he coached the football team.
Yeah, 'cause
and
they
they were
were-
the ones who were good as shit.
Yeah, they were good as shit. Yeah. And they fucking, were doing horrific crimes across. They're literally like, Dad was
But
coaching.
what crime is there to do?
Dad
It's
was
Clarendon, Texas.
Ben. Dad was coaching like Toadvine from Blood Meridian. Like Dad be like, he's a great point guard, and he'd be like a guy with like necklace earrings, or ear necklace,
Ear
around.
necklace. Yeah.
He just
It's a
be
bunch of guys' tongues.
that guy dribbling an Indian baby and shooting it. It was like insane shit. No, like literally, like the amount of players my dad had who, like, when he coached for black schools, who were just like, yeah, he's in prison for life. He killed a whole family. The minute I stopped coaching him, he graduated, he killed a whole family. I wrote him a letter in jail, and he said, thank you. Like, stuff like that. But, it was bad areas. Like, that is fair,
Yeah, Mom said it's segregated, which is just kind of hilarious to me. It's such a small town. It's like what, 10,000 people, 9,000 people. That town.
I remember when my dad coached at black schools, we would go to the games. I remember a bunch of black teenagers throwing popcorn on the ground and telling me to eat it off the ground.
They call you white devil.
Yeah, they just to fuck with me. They'd be like, eat it off the ground like Pecker would. I think I would get scared and just shit like that. So there was like shit like that going on, you know.
I don't remember the black people at the parade. I just remember whites.
I don't remember at the parade. I think I deleted them from my brain.
Where did we get all them turtles, by the way? And why were there so much up in the Panhandle?
Were these like the only moments
Texas.
you guys ever like had a reason to like go out to an event? Was like the yearly?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the state
and
fair,
church, obviously.
church potlucks, the state fair,
Our whole life
parades,
was just church, really.
and basketball games. We spent most of our fucking life at basketball
In a
games or
fucking
church.
Gymnasium, dude.
Yeah.
Is that why you
like
don't
piss.
like basketball?
Oh, I got so burnt out on it, man. I've like watched so much basketball, like my just eyes roll in the back.
But
of my
how
head
come
if I
you know
walk
so
into a
little
gym.
about it?
What do you mean?
Well, he was watching high school basketball.
right,
It wasn't like he
okay.
was like watching NBA games.
But you were
or
just
shit.
so it was just like it was just bad basketball.
Ben was also fucking 5'3" until he was like 18 years old. So it was like I was tall as shit, so I was playing it. Ben was like
Right.
tiny.
Dude, I hit
Okay.
puberty when I was like almost like tail end of 16. I was almost 17. I finally hit puberty.
Yeah,
I
Ben
mean,
was.
I turned. I think I had puberty when I was like 19
Yeah.
years old.
Yeah.
I was big as shit, so I was playing basketball and crying the whole time because I mentally could not handle it. I'm just freaking the fuck out. Yeah,
Right, okay.
getting my nose broken like 10 different times playing basketball. Coach yelling at me, calling me a pussy. I start crying in front of everybody. Everybody's looking at me and pointing, and that I'm crying. Just not good stuff.
I was
Not good stuff.
Dude, I was just more into nature. I wanted to be alone in the woods. I wanted to go find like a fishing hole on some guy. Like I wanted to sneak onto a farmer's property and go fishing.
You're a big fish guy.
Yeah. I think I just like the solitude and like the unconscious process of casting a line, you know.
And-
And those are all my good memories of when I was really little with Dad taking me to the pond hole.
To go dove hunting?
No, to go fishing.
Oh yeah. I think I didn't like the outdoors because my correlation with the outdoors is us going dove hunting with Dad. You'd find like cow tanks, big tanks of water, and dove would land on, and they'd just blow a dove in half with a fucking shotgun.
You call them tanks in Texas, but it's just a man-made hole that you put water in. You can stock it with catfish, bass,
Cows
whatever.
come up to cattle comes up to and drinks water.
and drink it. And dove go very long times in the arid desert of West Texas looking for water, and then they land at these tanks. You're hiding there with your shotgun, and when the dove
And
are
you
about
kill
to
a
land,
dove
you-
when it finally finds what it
it goes.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there it is.
Oh my god!
And life.
These lovely people set up water for me, and then a retarded guy with a necklace full of black people's ears jumps up and blows its head off.
He blows it in half, and I remember we were our dad's bird dogs. So like we were too young for guns, but like my dad would like fucking snipe a bird in half, and you'd watch two halves of it. He'd be like, "Go get the top half," and I'd fatly run out. The most sensitive boy who ever lived. I'd fatly run out, and I'd go to where the bird fell, and you just see the top of a bird head just going.
Opening and closing its
Opening and closing, and its eyes blinking, and just be like, "Oh my god! Oh my fucking god!" And then I'm holding it like, but with two fingers. I come back, and I'm crying. My dad's like, "Fucking pussy faggot, little bitch boy."
Well, my dad would then grab the dove by its head, and he would whip it like that, and its
Yeah.
head would rip off.
Yeah, because
and
you had
feathers
to-
would go everywhere.
Yeah, to put it out of its misery, humanely, he would grab it by the head and then whip its body, and its head would snap off, and then its body would hit the dirty floor, and then my dad would shove it in a sack of birds. And then, but the reward was at the end of the day, you get to eat birds that tasted like shit, full of lead, and you'd bite into a leg, and you'd
Rip a
crack
bullet out of your mouth?
No, crack your fucking tooth on like a BB shell. Yeah, I hated it.
Jace hated it. I thought it kicked ass.
Yeah.
I thought
could
it
not-
fucking ruled.
I was way too sensitive to be doing
Were
that
they
shit.
supposed to be like tasty birds?
Not fucking real. I mean, they're out in the desert eating like license plates and,
Yeah.
pieces of fingers that fell off.
Why don't you see dove like on a menu?
Because it's
people
probably
don't eat-
not very
Yeah,
good.
people don't eat it. I think it was like, I just remember every time they cooked it, it tasted like shit.
Yeah, but Mom was cooking it. No offense.
No,
if
but
she
we'd
hears
go
this.
we'd go out with like one of Dad's friends who got fired from his coaching job for calling a player the N-word or something, which is true. And
Are
he
you serious? I don't know that story.
You don't know that story?
No,
you remember the
what's-
guy we used to fish with growing up who had the boat made out of styrofoam he would go on?
Oh, yeah.
That guy was fired for calling one of his players the N-word. Yes, I am dead serious. I am dead.
So he did it a lot. He didn't do it just once.
No, I think he did it. I think he did it once, but I remember it was my dad was like really upset. He got fired.
He
He's like,
finally said it to an uppity one that cared.
He called his player the N-word.
it was he
and
was.
he got fired.
My dad was like, he was a good coach. He really cared about those kids. What happened was he was like, you guys are acting like a bunch of N-words. And one of the kids complained, and he got fired for it.
Well, he didn't say pack of, at least.
No, he said bunch. Yeah, so that's growth. And he was, I think, to be fair to him, they were doing like gang shit, and he was like trying to keep him like out of. That was like your job as a basketball coach, just trying to keep him out of jail.
Trouble. Yeah.
It's not even black. They're like just fucking. You're in a place that doesn't
there's teens
exist.
And, they're in the middle of nowhere.
It's like work
and
at Pizza
sucks.
Hut or do drugs and die. Like those are your fucking choices.
I don't know if there was a Pizza Hut in Clarendon. I think we had a Mr. Jim's Pizza.
Yeah, or Mr. Jim's Pizza. Yeah, and
Was
Mr. Jim was
Jim's
just a
up there?
pedophile who just cooked pizza.
He was in the Klan.
Yeah, just a kind of a Klan hood covered in pasta sauce. Yeah, it'd be like, come on over.
You want some Italian food?
I
Bring your children.
got some meatloaf.
Your children, I love my sauce.
I'll give your children extra ranch for their pizza.
I'm Mr. Jim.
Your children are nice and fat, full of ranch. I'll give them extra.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Jim.
I'm Mr.
Come on down to my restaurant.
Come on down to Mr. Jim's Pizza. It was also funny
the
growing up.
pizza's in the shape of the hood.
Yeah, looking back, it was very funny. They shaped like little Klan hoods. That's why I cook them. It was very funny looking back as a kid. There would be like, we'd go to like Possum Kingdom for vacation to go fishing. My granddaddy owned like a fucking wooden shack.
Well, he
out
didn't
there.
own it when he died. They were in
yeah.
massive amounts of debt.
He rented it
Possum
in Ottawa.
Kingdom is what's the
From the Toadies song.
The Toadies.
Yeah. Down out.
Yeah.
Down out.
Isn't it kind of funny to refinance a trailer you bought for like $500?
Yeah, be underwater on a trailer that costs $1.
After 70 years of payments on it.
Go to the bank and be like, "Can I get $7 for this trailer?" Yeah, and he was completely like they lost like
He rocked.
like $5,000.
I saw his penis so many times because
Why'd you see his penis?
he'd take me out on the boat, and I remember
What was he doing on the boat?
it was the first guy I'd been around because he'd be like, "You sure you want to go fishing?" in the
Granddaddy.
morning?" Yeah, granddaddy. He's like, "You sure you want to go fishing in the morning?" I was like, "Yes, granddaddy, I do." He'd be like, "That's a good boy. I'm gonna wake you up early. Wake you up 4 a.m. to go fishing." And I'm like, "Okay, granddaddy, I'll go." And then he'd be like, at 4 a.m. he'd be like, shake me awake. I'd turn over and I'd look at a guy who looks exactly like Colonel Sanders. He'd be like, "You ready to go fishing?"
He's exactly like Colonel
I'd
Sanders.
be like, "Yes, granddaddy." And he'd be like, That's a good grandbaby.
That's a good grandbaby.
Now you get your ass in the truck." And I'd be like, "Oh, he's saying ass." And then I got on the boat and he'd be casting and he'd be saying damn. And sometimes he'd be like, "Granddaddy." I'd be like, "Granddaddy, thank you for taking me fishing. I love you so much." And I'd turn around and I'd be face to face with his huge dick and balls.
Why?
And he would because as he was fishing, when he had to piss because he had a really shitty bladder, he would just take his dick and his balls out the top of his jeans, and he would just be pissed dribbling into the water of the bass boat.
He
as
wouldn't
he's
even.
casting.
He wouldn't turn around or
Nope.
anything. Yeah.
Nope. So I would just turn around and I was like, my mouth was 3 inches away from his dick and balls, and I'd be like, "Well, I did not see that." And he would do that every legitimately 4 minutes at a point where I'm like, "You can just take your pants off."
That's funny. I've blacked that all out. I don't remember his dick or balls at all.
He had a very fat, bulbous cock on him. It was really heavy at
Sick.
the end, and he had huge balls.
Hell yeah.
But his piss sucked ass.
That's my granddaddy.
His piss kind of looked like cum too. It was weird.
He might have been coming. Who knows? Who knows?
He didn't molest me though. He could have because we were in the middle of the
Nah,
lake.
he wasn't a molester.
You guys seen Boyhood?
Yeah, of course.
You know the scene in Boyhood when the kid he's like 16 and they go out to the ranch with his granddaddy and his grandma and and it's his birthday and the granddaddy gifts him the gun
Yeah.
and the grandma gifts him the Bible. Mm-hmm. Every time I see that scene, I just envision. I go, "This must have been a moment in Jason Ben's life."
It was
where
very-
they had to be like, "Thank you for the shotgun and thank you for this black feather's tongue."
It was a very funny childhood because we lived, I guess, kind of country lives. We were still kind of adjacent to to small
No,
cities.
we were fags, dude.
But we were country fags, but we would also like we'd go to like my cousin's house, and their dad was a welder, and they were like shooting dogs with like potato guns and shit, like real country.
I mean, when
shit.
you guys walked out front of your front door for most of your life, was it like nothingness, or
Yeah.
was there houses?
Yeah.
So it was the
A
desert.
mix,
You guys
mix,
lived
yeah.
in the middle of the Texas.
I mean,
Yeah.
we moved around a lot. It was mixed, but so my
We
mom's
lived in
family.
like 11 houses, yeah.
My mom's family made a lot of money and lived in New Jersey, and we would occasionally visit them every once in a while and be like around like very opulent wealth.
Yes, like metropolitan shit.
Yeah, and it felt you felt like Tom Sawyer at like the Ritz. All of it, like,
Right.
it was such a
Beverly
weird,
Hillbilly shit.
Yeah, it was such a weird, and you felt like a dirty little pigpen boy who was around like all the rich people.
Right.
You felt like a deep shame.
Right.
I think it's why I hate rich people just so instinctually, not even like on morality, because it just always made me feel bad about
Right.
like me and my family. You know.
Gotcha.
My mom would
yeah.
constantly talk about how poor we were in front of all of them.
Yeah.
And how broke we were and how we had no money. And like she would apologize that we suck ass and we don't understand what like the salad fork is. And all
I think
that
she was
shit.
insecure about not staying in the family business and making money, and she would just. I remember we went to the beach with them one time, and they got a beach house, and my mom was like cooking like white people taco night, and I didn't know she had like no taco meat and just like made a tiny bowl of it, and I just thought it was just like leftover taco meat, so I just ate it. It was like a cup,
I do remember this.
and
yeah.
then she was just like, "That was for everybody. You ruined the vacation." And then like the whole like week vacation, it would just be like we'd be randomly out getting ice cream. She's like, "I'm so sorry, my fat son ate all the taco meat." I'd be like, "Mom, I didn't know. It was just so tiny amount. I didn't know." And she's like, "I'm sorry, my fat loser crybaby son ate all the goddamn taco meat."
poor. He's poor.
He's poor and
So she made like enough for like one taco.
She made
and
it-
you ate it, and then she
Yes.
acted like that was for.
Yes.
So she was like really happy you ate it.
Probably. And so she was, yeah, you're probably right. Out of insecurity, she
Yeah.
kept being like, and of course, remember,
Thank God he fucking took the bait.
we remember my fat son ruined taco night.
And then she could say,
I never
there
put that
actually was-
together,
She could go,
actually.
there was
Definitely,
tons
she was
of it.
excited that
She
you
goes,
did
oh,
that.
you had so much.
She's like,
Because then she gets to like that.
Yeah, she's like, there was
She gets
bowls
to
of
pretend
it.
it was a bunch.
Bowl, I
He
bought
ate
so
bowl
much for
after
everyone.
bowl.
Yeah. And I literally, I'm like, I've done plenty of fat shit. I remember like not being a lot of meat, like
Yep.
whatsoever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2006.
Yeah.
Because the 2006 U.S. Open was on, and we watched Phil lose in that.
It
That's
was.
so
Yeah, I
funny.
do remember that.
That's
yeah.
so funny. That was my LA version of that is being a fat kid and thinking that anchovies was ham.
Wait, what do you mean?
That thinking that there was like a salad being made at like a dinner party, and I thought the anchovies looked like a bunch of like ham strips. And I remember eating a bunch of anchovies and then being like, "Oh, this is disgusting!" But I ate like a ton of them, and then
So
I like
funny.
threw it up and vomited. And then I remember like people getting really angry at me for eating the anchovies in the Caesar salad.
that was saved for everybody.
That was saved
you
for
were
everybody.
you were picking them out.
Yeah, I was picking them out. Yeah. And then everyone got angry at me for that, and I was like, I guess I'm the fat faggot that thought anchovies were ham.
I'm the
But
fatty.
you were at your parents' like bohemian,
But
like,
yeah,
artist
exactly.
parties.
It was the polar opposite, but same version of being a fat kid. But I just ate the anchovies.
Yeah, we really grew up in like a mirror reality of each other, but it was
Yeah.
like kind of this
Exactly.
similar.
I think that's why
thing.
we've always connected so hard.
I
is
agree
that,
as
like, it's
well.
very similar, but polar opposite.
but yeah,
very
similar
similar.
at the
Yeah.
same time. Yeah.